What's up, everybody? It's your boy. Let us pray, rise, and grind. We out here doing the thing. Woo, getting it in. Still working on our fitness goals. I apologize yesterday, man. I was still in shock with the Kobe Bryant news, man. I just wanted to kind of take a day off and thought about doing a post yesterday evening, but I had a ride, Lyft ride, with a gentleman. Actually opened my eyes to a different part of life that I never even thought about. He's a backpacker. His trail name is Taxi, and he opened my eyes to some things I never thought about, man. Like, if you were ever out of the city, in an area other than the desert, where the temperature was between 100 degrees and minus 20 degrees, all you had was a tent, a hiking pole, a whisk, a dustpan, and your ability to feed off nature and maybe fish, kill your own food, would you be able to survive? He was talking about all the different places he's hiked up and down and backpacked, how he slept in tents, national parks, instead of using hotels, instead of using hostels, Airbnb, going to Europe, backpacking through Europe, living off of $10 a day. It was amazing, man. I was blowing my mind. He's just talking about happiness, his plan for his life. You know, being able to save enough money so he can do what he wants to do for the rest of his life. And that's not, having over $1 million and wanting to be in the country club or anything like that, man. He just wants to have enough so he can go see the world and do what he wants to do. So, don't get me wrong, you need money to live, but what's your passion in life? What's true happiness to you? My definition might not be your definition, but what's true happiness to you? What would you like to be able to do for the rest of your life if you didn't have to work? What would fulfill you? How much money would it take? Think about that. What type of budget could you live off of? How much money would you need saved up in the bank to sustain that lifestyle and not have to go back to work? I started thinking about that, man, for myself. Because I remember last year when I got laid off, I did a lot of fishing. You might have seen an IRL video or two of myself fishing with some friends of mine. And that was some of the funnest times I had in my life, man. Out there fishing with my brothers. Out there fishing, away from the city and nature. Didn't matter if we were catching something or not. Just out there relaxing. Letting your mind kind of go free. Talking about life. Reevaluating things. Just peaceful, serene, tranquil out there. No drama. Just away from the drama. Away from the busy city. Away from the street lights. Away from the traffic. Just you and nature. And that's some of the most fun I've had, man, recently. I love that. I love that experience. I want to be able to go back and be able to do that on a regular basis. Fishing. You get a fishing license, about $100 each year, which is not really that much when you add up the cost. yearly costs less than $10 a year. So if you go enough times, I mean, I think one day pass is about $15. So you go enough times, you go about 10 or 11 times, you pay for that yearly license, and you actually begin to save money. So my question to you is, what would you love to be able to do? I would love to be able to do more than just fishing. But what would you love to be able to do for the rest of your life? In the events of Kobe Bryant, I keep hearing some of his friends, close friends, say he lived his life every day. He had a routine that he stuck with every day. He was the epitome of maximizing life, living life on his terms. Every failure that he came across, every failure that he incurred, it drove him to be better. He didn't pout. Well, he may have pouted a little bit. He didn't let it stop him. That's the main thing. He didn't let it stop him from reaching his goals. If anything, it made him push harder for his goals. It made him better. It made him stronger. It made him wiser. It made him more tenacious. It brought out the Mamba. Kobe wasn't the Mamba when he came in the league, man. He wasn't the Mamba yet. He had to grow into that Mamba mentality. He had to fail first. Oop, almost fell off my bike. He had to lose first. He had to taste defeat. He had to see what level he needed to be at to be able to sustain greatness. And that's what we all need to do. It's not just a sports, something that's limited to sports. It's not a sports lesson, it's a life lesson. What level do you need to be at as far as training, learning, getting better at your craft, studying, whatever case may be, achieving your career goals, your personal goals, your relationship goals. How are you going to get better? How are you going to not let the failures of the past haunt you? How are you going to make those failures of the past propel you to be better, to be stronger, to be wiser, and, man, just to have a great quality of life? How are you going to take those life lessons, turn them around, and just like the Bible said, make everything work out for your good? Turn it around, man. Use that as fuel. Turn it around. And watch greatness. Watch greatness happen. Get a routine each and every morning. They said Kobe Bryant shot at least 100 shots after every game. Then he woke up early, practiced at 7 in the morning, every day. Didn't matter what happened. He was in the gym. He had a routine. What's your routine? If you don't have one, get one. I'm working on mine right now. Sometimes I hit snooze one too many times, but I'm working on mine right now. I need to get to this routine. I need this routine to stick right here. I'm working on it. I'm by no means perfect. I miss a few days because it don't feel good when you first starting out. Your body tries to rebel. Your body's like, no, I'm not used to this. Your mind's like, get up, get up, get up. And your body's like, man, it hurts. I remember when we used to sleep in till 7. Now you want me to wake me up at 5:30 or 6. Yeah, man. When you're changing up your routine, sometimes your body will tell you can't do it. Sometimes your mind will even tell you can't do it. But you got to be strong. You got to be wiser. You got to want better. The only way you're going to get there is if you make that change today. Don't put it off for tomorrow. Don't put it off for next week. Make that change today. Be better. So it's your boy, Let Us Pray, man. I hope you have a blessed and prosperous morning. Tuesday morning. Rise and grind. Guys, be blessed. Have a blessed and prosperous day. And I'm out. Peace.